Please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Tigers. I'm Allie and she's Stephanie.
Today is Friday, December 17th.
It is a freshman-teacher collaboration today, so as well as a recycling day.
Get those recycling bins out in the halls for focus. And by the way, thanks to Hunter Hurst, officially from here on known as the King of Recycling.
Tonight, the boys basketball team travels to Luther.
Tomorrow, boys hockey is at the Milt-Lunda Arena at 11:30 and 1.
Girls hockey is taking a trip to Stoughton for a 1:45 game.
We've got a few announcements and then a video edited by Allie Zilmer.
It's all about Mr. Young Thunder.
Can't wait, right?
So on to the announcements.
Attention Spanish students.
Anybody interested in joining Spanish Club this year or interested in traveling to a Spanish-speaking country in the summer of 2017 should go to focus period in room 156 on today.
Come help us brainstorm activities to do this year.
This comes from Mr. Ricken.
Congratulations to Alex Sheldall, Gary Garvin, Nick Pardo, and all of whom correctly responded to the question concerning the 9th and 10th Amendments from Wednesday.
Okay, the 9th Amendment basically says that people have other rights besides those specifically mentioned in the Constitution, and the 10th Amendment says that powers that aren't specifically granted to the national government are reserved for those states.
Way to go, Alex, Gary, Nick. You are officially members of the Bill of Rights Hall of Fame.
Now, this one is for you, Mr. Berger. It's time for some Star Wars trivia.
Today is the USA release date for Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
But let's go back a bit.
Star Wars hasn't always been known as Star Wars.
Back when the first movie was in production, around March 1976, it had a different name.
Email that name to chanel97@brf.org by 8:30 today. The winner will be drawn randomly from all the correct answers.
Alrighty.
We're leaving you with the thought, what would it be like to return to BRFHS?
As a teacher.
Have a great day, Tigers.
Wagakajara Ketajusup Nagershke Ila Young Thunder Hingaide. So my students either call me Ketajusup or Mr. Young Thunder.
We were looking hard for a good, young history person. Mr. Young Thunder fit that category. He had not only a bachelor's degree, but also a master's degree. And we saw him as a really potentially good history teacher.
Given the opportunity when this job was posted, we talked. My wife said, yes, you may apply. And luckily, I was able to get it, and here I am.
The fact that he's Ho-Chunk wasn't the reason that he was hired. But of course, in our school, it is a benefit. The first thing I would tell you about him is I remember his sense of humor. He had a quirky sense of humor, even as a student. He hasn't changed much that way.
Education at that time wasn't as important as I see it today. And so I may or may not have skipped a class or two, but I always made sure to come back on Fridays to take tests because I like tests. A lot of those guys that were here, I still have a hard time calling them by their first name, so I still refer to them as Mr. Ricken, Mr. Roble, Mr. Berger, and even Mr. Young, he was here at the time, Mr. Leadholm, he was here at the time. These guys have been tremendous help. They have been very supportive since day one. They've given me different resources, different ideas, and when I'm having trouble in the classroom, they're all ears and they have great ideas to improve my lot here in the classroom for the benefit of the students.